Black Clover Chapter 251, the official release has dropped today, and you guys already know it's time for that chapter breakdown because this was the chapter that everyone was waiting for. You know, we seen the debut of Xenon, we seen the debut of Dante, and all what was left was Vanica, and we got that, and it was perfect. One thing I did notice ever since this chapter dropped is that Vanica is quickly becoming a fan favorite in the Dark Triad. And you know what, I really can't say I'm surprised because just look at her design, the eye patch, you know, the cute smile, that crazy but also cheerful vibe she got, that Harley Quinn type beat. But with that being said, let's go into the chapter and break it down. But first, let's talk about the highlights that happened in this chapter. Now, by no surprise, in the start of this chapter, we see Gaja taking out a Dark Disciple, which we didn't see the fight, but he used his true lightning magic. But we already know it's going to happen again because with the crazy turn of events that happened in this chapter, round 2. But one of the Spirit Guardians said that, I hate to admit this, but even amongst us Spirit Guardians, Gaja is just on a whole different level. And it makes sense because Gaja is the one who was always next to Loropechika, so she trusts him more by his power to protect her. He sparred with Julius, and Julius complimented his strength, said he is very strong, and he fought Megicula and survived. The only thing he got left with was a scar. And a lot of people, you know, within the community felt as though Gaja was also going to lose his battle if he fought Dark Disciple because they believe the Spirit Guardians were all the same tiers, so they will all lose and have the same fate. And guys, remember that stages of power, it don't matter. You know, you can have two mages on the same stage of power, stage 1, but one can be far beyond that other mage, so it really doesn't matter. And Gaja was that one that is far beyond the Spirit Guardians, and I think it was just a frustration seeing all the Spirit Guardians lose. I think people just threw in the towels, like, you know what, screw it, I give up on the Spirit Guardians, even Gaja. But I think Gaja definitely had to remind us, letting us know don't sleep on him, because Gaja is very strong. And he didn't have a single scratch after that battle against that Dark Disciple. So I can 100% without any doubt that Gaja one-shotted this guy and called it a day. Now, another interesting thing that happened in this chapter, from the Viz translation, they corrected this certain dialogue of what Loropechika stated. She was praising the Clover Kingdom soldiers and stated, they beat opponents who were stronger than they were. It's an actual combat that the Magic Knights of the Clover Kingdom truly evolve. Now, I mentioned this in my last review, chapter 250 last week, that the difference between the Heart Kingdom and every other kingdom, not just the Clover Kingdom, but it's the combat experience that everyone has that they don't. You know, the Heart Kingdom is a peaceful nation. They don't have the necessary military power like the Clover Kingdom, the Diamond Kingdom, or the Spade Kingdom. You see, the Clover Kingdom has a group of magic knights. You know, they have captains and the Wizard King. The Diamond Kingdom, they have the shiny generals and other soldiers. And the Spade Kingdom, you know, they have Dark Disciples, Dark Triads. The Heart Kingdom only has 5 Spirit Guardians and Loropechika and the Water Spirit. That's not enough. That's not a military power. And clearly, just based off evidence, the Spirit Guardians, excluding Gaja, they don't have the combat experience like the Clover Kingdom mages. The Clover Kingdom is designed to fight. They fight all the time. That's why it makes sense for a stage 1 mage like Luck defeat a stage 0 mage like Sevekin. The Clover Kingdom is just built different. Just like what Nero stated, a stage of power does not define a power of a mage. In a nutshell, it doesn't tell the full story. Now let's talk about Mimosa. We seen the Dark Disciple with the ugly ton magic come in and try to attack Mimosa, Noelle, and Loropechika and the Water Spirit. But Mimosa used her plant creation magic, Magic Cannon Flower. Now, when the fan translation came out, we all thought that Mimosa just one-shotted the guy because it had Mimosa saying, I was able to use his attacks thanks to the mana you gave me, Loropechika. Now, we know that that didn't make sense and it confused a lot of readers because mana does not increase your magic attack unless you have mana skin on while using the attack or you're using mana zone. But in this case, Mimosa didn't do that. And Loropechika does not have that power to grant someone and give them the power of mana zone and mana skin and stuff like that. It just can't happen. It's impossible for the story. Now, the Viz translation had correct this statement and had Mimosa saying, it's all thanks to the magic power you gave me, Loropechika. And it makes sense because if you see this attack that Mimosa is using, the Water Spirit is behind her, so she had an extra boost in her attack power, and it makes sense why this one Dark Disciple was one-shotted like that. Now, does the official translations with this chapter makes Mimosa attack spell less impressive, like a less impressive feat that she did against the Dark Disciple? It's up for debate. It wasn't a combo spell, but it did have an extra boost. I think we just have to see what she can do next chapter with her attack cannon flower and what damage can it actually do on her own. Now let's talk about the juicy parts that happened in this chapter, and that was the debut of Vanica. You know, the expectations and the anticipation we all had seeing Noelle face to face with Vanica just to see her reaction. And her reaction was expected. She say, the woman of the Dark Triad, the one who is possessed by Megicula, the enemy of my mother. On sight, Noelle was ready to go, so I like that. Now with the Viz translations, we can now have more clarity of what Vanica was trying to say, because in the Van translations during this dialogue, it was very hard to make out what she was trying to say. But she told Loropechika, last time I only came here to curse you for Megicula and went home, but let's have as much fun as we want today. Now that makes me think of the agenda that Megicula had for Loropechika. Why did he want Vanica to go there to curse Loropechika and just go home? We know by this curse that it's going to make Loropechika die in 6 months. So why come back and try to kill her now? Obviously, Loropechika was a threat to Megicula since he felt that Vanica had to go there and curse her. So there has to be something more, something deeper and mysterious about this curse that Loropechika has. Something odd going on here, especially for Vanica's curse powers with her devil powers, because she goes on to say that the Dark Disciples aren't defeated. Thanks to the curse power I cast upon them, no matter how many times you kill these guys, they won't die. This is the worst possible twist that happened in the story so far for our heroes, because no matter how many times they defeat these guys, her Dark Disciples are forever on Call of Duty playing Team Deathmatch, forever responding no matter how many times Luck, Leo, Gaja, Charmy kill these guys. And it sucks because their mana can run out, and then they wouldn't have the power to defeat these Dark Disciples, and these Dark Disciples can adapt to their power. They can learn how they fight, and then they can have the upper hand. Vanica put those people in a position where death is the only option. No matter how strong you are as a mage, you can be the strongest mage of all time, but you cannot defeat these guys, or they're just going to keep coming back because eventually you're going to run out of mana. They are in a horrible position because, to make matters worse, Vanica goes on to say at the end of this chapter, unless you take me down, they are going to keep coming back. And that was the end of the chapter. We see that Noelle, Loropechika, and Mimosa and the Water Spirit, they're ready to go. They're ready to fight. Vanica ordered her Dark Disciple with the tongue magic to fight Mimosa and Noelle. So everyone is going to rely on Loropechika because that's going to be a 1v1 with her Water Spirit. That is just a tough spot to be in for everyone. That's clearly not an easy task to take down Vanica. Even Vanica herself knows that that will not be easy for them to defeat her. I believe she believes that no one in that room has the power to stop her. Now, the surprising part about this chapter is that Vanica called Noelle and Mimosa losers. You would think that when Noelle got into her Valkyrie dress, that Vanica will recognize her, or Megicula will react a certain way, because Noelle looks identical to her mother, just different eye color, but with their Valkyrie dress, it looks pretty much the same. Maybe because since it's been 16 years since Noelle's mother, Acer Silva, died, they probably just don't remember her or just recognize her face at all. But I believe that once Vanica recognizes Noelle, she's going to probably push her targets towards Noelle, because maybe Acer Silva, the reason why she died, there was some connection there with her and Vanica. Maybe they knew each other. Of course they had to, but there's probably some history that will give us more indication why she was a target. And hopefully that will be revealed soon in this arc, and we already know it's going to, but hopefully it happens soon, because I'm really excited for it. Now, there are some people that believe that Acer Silva is alive because Vanica, since her curse powers, can operate in a way where she can cast a spell on you and that person cannot die until she is defeated. No, that would not make sense whatsoever, because she put a spell, a curse on Loropechika, but she's going to kill Loropechika. That doesn't mean that she cannot kill her foes, the people that she cursed. And we know that Acer Silva is dead because we've seen the funeral. Unless she rise up like Undertaker from being buried, then it will be a plot hole. It would be redundant that she's trying to kill Loropechika, but she cursed her too. That just shows us that her curse powers are not equal. They don't all work the same. I believe that this curse that she put on Loropechika is different than the curses that she used on the Dark Disciples. It's clear as day. So If Loropechika is defeated and killed, she's not going to be revived because it wouldn't make sense why Vanica is trying to kill her. So Ace of Silver, she's dead. We seen her be buried. That is it. I just wanted to say that disclaimer before I end this video. But if you guys enjoyed this, leave a like on this video. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. If you are new to this channel, subscribe and notification bells on. You guys have an awesome life. Take care of yourselves, and I'm out.